Colorado, watching us on YouTube. Hey, Josh, what's up?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
There's an opinion article in The Guardian today titled, "Here's One Thing Democrats Can Do to Win Rural Voters. Fight Factory Farms." And it talks about how the waste from CAFOs, specifically in North Carolina, Iowa, and Wisconsin, are polluting the waterways in those states, especially in poor communities. I also got an email from the Environmental Working Group about the E. coli outbreak in 10 states right now, and 56 tons of beef have been recalled. At the same time, the Trump administration wants to allow the meat producers to regulate themselves. Earlier this month, they've allowed the pork producers. Now they're working on the cattle industry.
Right.
I really wish that Democratic candidates would speak to these issues, but I don't really see any of them out in front on this. What do you think about that?
Well, frankly, I have no idea where various Democrats are on the issues, but you've articulated them well. I mean, this is a crisis in the United States, particularly for these states that have been targeted, and those three states in particular. And the other thing is, I'm not sure about everywhere else across the country, but in North Carolina, I believe that more than half of the giant hog operations are actually owned by Chinese companies.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big issue as well, on top of the fact that our climate just cannot sustain the amount of animals that we're using to consume. I mean, it's the number one reason for ocean acidification, rainforest deforestation, so many other issues, not to mention all the grain that we end up feeding and the water that we end up feeding.
And it's a major
animals.
it's a major contributor to global warming as well, because particularly with cows, when they feed them grain rather than grass, the cows fart methane rather than normal whatever. And
right, it's 28 to 32 times more harmful than CO2 in our environment, and it's ridiculous that this is not being addressed. Tulsi Gabbard, I know, is a vegetarian. Cory Booker's a vegan, but even they're not really speaking to these issues.
I wonder if there's like concentrated industry lobbying power or something that has candidates cowed.